me say dread. Me say Papa Tan, you not dread, you know dread. Say that John Lance in my dread, you know dread. Say that pull up dreadlocks, pull up. Right?
Welcome to Jamaica Worldwide. And today, we look at the life, career, and passing of some of reggae and dancehall's legends who lost their lives in sudden and tragic circumstances. Reggae has seen its share of tragedies, with a lot of them being surrounded by mystery, intrigue, and downright shocking events. From Peter Tosh to this reggae star who had his roots in Batanga. In this video, we both celebrate the careers of these brilliant artists, as well as explore the different scenarios that plunged the world of reggae and dancehall into the mourning of their deaths. A result of the sometimes dangerous culture that existed in Jamaica, some of these stories are all too familiar and results in the loss of some of the most promising talents of their respective generations. Let us know in the comments which reggae musician's death shocked you the most. For this list, we will not include artists who died after extended illness or natural causes. So it will not include Bob Marley. And speaking of Bob Marley, find out which artist was second only to the king of reggae in the European market at the time. This is the third in a series of videos exploring the topic, so feel free to check out parts 1 and 2 at the end of this video. If you are not yet subscribed to Jamaica Worldwide, please ensure that you are subscribed for more interesting videos from not only reggae and dancehall, but Jamaican culture as a whole. Remember to hit that notification bell to be notified of videos as soon as they are released. You can also join our Patreon for exclusive content and important updates. Number 10. Fathead. Born Vernon Rainford, Fathead was a sound system DJ from Kingston, Jamaica, and although he is known for working with Yellowman, he was already an established DJ during the peak of Yellowman's popularity between 1980 and 82. Both men were a part of the Aces sound system crew and performed regularly at the Aces Disco in St. Thomas. They eventually recorded a live album called Live at Aces, which is known to be the first ever live dancehall album. The success of the album brought them to do the studio follow-up albums Bad Boy Skanking and For Your Eyes Only in 1982. In addition, they also had other collaborations with other artists. With Yellowman eventually concentrating on his solo material, Fathead went on to working with others, having a hit in 1983 with It's Me. The duo of Yellowman and Fathead were reunited in 1984 for The Showdown Volume 5 album, which was split between the duo and Purple Man. Unfortunately, on the 22nd of December 1988, Rainford was shot and killed in Florida, United States, and died instantly from his injuries. Number 9. Delus.
Well, I them, don't really want to call my full name. My name Delmark. You know sound good every man I call it. Yo, Delmark, long. So then I shorten it and said Delus. I just work with it. I like it, that's my name.
Delus, whose real name was Delmark Spence, was the older brother of dancehall artist Conscience. The 35-year-old recording artist Delus was confirmed to have taken his own life at his Havendale St. Andrew home on June 22, 2016. Police investigators disclosed that just before 7 in the evening, Delus sent a video to a female indicating that he was about to take his life, and by the time she got to his home, he was already deceased. Additionally, he seemed to have recorded the incident. Delus got a break on the entertainment scene in 2005 with a single called Pandakana, which he did with his brother. After deciding to pursue solo careers, Delus and Conscience went their separate ways. Delus collaborated with artists locally as well as internationally, including collaborations with Vybz Kartel, Mavado, and Bounty Killer. This helped to expand his reach and pushed his music to a much broader audience. Despite his achievements, Delus had personal challenges including mental health issues. These struggles frequently appeared in his music, bringing depth and realism. He was very upfront about his issues, utilizing his platform to promote mental health awareness and to encourage others to seek treatment when necessary. His brother Conscience later disclosed that it seemed to him that Delus had been dealing with depression for many years. After his death in 2016, the music video for his song Gone Too Soon was released.
So how did you fall into music?
Delus, rest in peace. Just basically growing up, he was my older brother, and whatever he did, that's what I wanted to do.
Number 8. Louie Lepkie.
Here come the most sophisticated move of them all. See, them move a shoot down every move. So second, right?
Louie Lepkie was born the 12th of August 1957. His first recording was Can't Take My Landlord. Can't Take My Landlord was released by Joe Gibbs under the JGM label. And Lepkie went on to record Late Night Movie, also for Joe Gibbs label. Then in 92, he cut the album Willie Red for the Hitbound label. He was a popular sound system DJ and was not bound to any specific sound system, but would perform with sounds such as Kingster Gav, Gemini, and most notably Volcano High Power, which was run by Henry Junja Laws. Sometime during the 80s, like many other artists, Lepkie would relocate to New York and DJ on sound systems there also. It was in December of 1987, at the age of 30, that Louie Lepkie was murdered outside the Manhattan Dancehall Reggae Lounge. There was no information revealed regarding the circumstances of his death, but the attack is widely believed to be drug-related.
Me wake up Monday morning on the 11th of May. Me hear a news flash, me said around midday. And this was what the announcer.
Number 7. Rankin Toyan.
Galang, hey, out of east, sometime out of west. Say popular with mouths and a special request.
Rankin Toyan was born Byron Everton Letts in 1955 in Kingston, Jamaica. Toyan began his career in 1974 DJing on several different sound systems, such as Socialist Roots and Romantic Hi-Fi, alongside Little John, who he would often travel and perform with on different sound systems.
Toyan and Little John, because me and him have the place. We have the place like, we run things in the whole Kingston 11.
He recorded his debut single, Disco Pants, in the late 1970s for producer Don Mace. He went on to work extensively with Joseph Hookim and Jai Thomas, resulting in a string of hits including Girls Nowadays, Kill No Man, John Tom, and Talk of the Town, as well as combination hits with the Mighty Diamonds, Badu, and Freddie McGregor. In 1981, he would join Henry Junja Law's Volcano sound system and toured Canada. He would also go on to record the famous How the West Was Won album on Volcano label, which is regarded as his best work. After some time, he would start producing his own work, as well as others such as Billy Boyo and Anthony Johnson. Toyan also toured the United Kingdom with Jah Prophecy Band and would perform alongside Dennis Brown in Jamaica. In 1991, he was murdered in Jamaica, allegedly during a dispute over the ownership of a gun. On that specific day, he was in the company of Little John when people were calling him presumably to collect the weapon. Against the advice of Little John, he went to meet the person and it was later revealed that he was killed.
Me that tell Toyan say, because the man them come and I call him, and I tell Toyan say, make the man them come to you. You understand? But if him just listen to me.
Number 6. Stuart Nelson.
When you turned and walked away, said I wouldn't beg you to stay, but I miss you.
Stuart Nelson was born May 5, 1972 and was an extremely rare talent with extraordinary maturity as a performer. Extraordinary because he was very young when his song I Miss You became very popular. He was also very young when he died. Nelson entered the popular Ver John's talent competition and easily gained favor with the audience, resulting in his winning the competition with his original song I Miss You. The song is widely interpreted as a love song, but was actually written by Nelson expressing that he missed his mother who was living in the United States. At some point, he was introduced to Tommy Cowan, who was known to be successful working with young talent such as Junior Tucker. He recorded the song I Miss You, which gained some traction locally and abroad. Stuart Nelson eventually left Jamaica in 1985 to live in the United States with his mother. On June 5, 1987, while his mother was on a visit to Jamaica for a funeral, Stuart would go on a trip during which Stuart met his demise. Stuart had drowned in a pool. It was said at the time of the drowning that the lifeguard, who was a white female, had refused to put her mouth on a black boy to give him CPR. An ambulance was called, but by the time they arrived, it was already too late. At just 15 years old, Nelson's untimely death shocked fans and the music community, leaving many to mourn the loss of a young talent with immense potential.
The lifeguard was a white girl. And she said she's not going to put her mouth on no black person.
Once again, before we continue, we remind you to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to get videos as soon as they are released. Subscriptions are very important to the growth of the channel. Also, feel free to hit the like button if you are enjoying the content. There's a lot more to come for Jamaica Worldwide in the future, and we hope to see you there. Bless up. Number 5. Sluggy Ranks.
I don't say, I didn't really come here to sing any song, you know, just come to take your friends them, because it's not everywhere you go, you hold the microphone and push up the song.
Sluggy Ranks was born Andrew Philip Gregory in the East Kingston community of Raytown on December 14, 1966. Ranks relocated to Brooklyn in 1981, and in 1984, he began recording for a Brooklyn-based label known as Jalife. He would also work with the Minimart High Power sound system and African Love sound system. He was known for cultural lyrics, which was different from the usual slack nature of lyrics in dancehall. According to his bio, he adopted the name Sluggy Ranks as a means of shooting the slugs of destruction, murder and chaos with righteousness, unity and forgiveness. In 1988, he worked with producer Whitfield Whitty Henry on the single 95% Black, 5% White, a commentary on the state of U.S. prison systems in America. 95% black and 5% white. He went on to record several albums in the 1980s and 90s, including the Prince Jammies produced Get a Youth Bus in 1994. His single, Sodom and Gomorrah, recorded on the tempo rhythm, dealt with the confrontation between Supercat and Nitty Gritty at Count Shelley's record shop that led to Nitty Gritty's death. You can see a link to our video on the incident in the description below. In 1997, he contributed to the Easy Star album Easy Star Volume 1, and at the age of 44, he passed away on Sunday, July 29, in 2012 as a result of injuries he sustained in a car accident in the Stony Hill area of St. Andrew, Jamaica. According to news sources in Jamaica, the car in which Gregory was traveling swerved several times before crashing into a concrete light post. Gregory was taken to the Kingston Public Hospital, but it was too late for the Reggae Dancehall star. Number 4. Winston Riley. Winston Riley was born 14th of May 1943. He was a Jamaican singer and songwriter, also a record producer. The Jamaica Gleaner notes he was one of the most successful reggae producers. Born in Kingston, Jamaica, he formed a love and appreciation for reggae music. He would go on to form the band The Techniques in 1962 and recorded material with that group. He formed his own label in 1968 and produced records for several musicians, including Alton and Hortense Ellis and Johnny Osborne. Riley's own song, Double Barrel, performed by Dave and Ansel Collins under his own production, was one of the first international reggae hits, reaching number 1 in the Dutch and UK singles charts. His Stalag rhythm is the most sampled reggae song of all time. The rhythm was first released in 1973 as the instrumental Ansel Collins track Stalag 17, named after the World War II film of the same name. It reappeared as Stalag 18, Stalag 19, and Stalag 20 and Ring the Alarm Quick, and was the instrumental track to Tenor Saw's hit Ring the Alarm.
Hey, ring the alarm.
He went on to launch the careers of Sister Nancy, Buju Banton, Cutty Ranks, Lone Ranger, and Frankie Paul. Unfortunately, on the 1st of November 2011, Winston was shot in the head at his home in Kingston. According to police, he had been the subject of several earlier attacks. Riley was not instantly killed, but was in a coma for almost 2 months until his death on the 19th of January 2012. Number 3. Early B.
It was the year 1966, and Selassie I made a visit. Mr. Rasta make the Babylon, them look like rubbish, Lord. Thousands of people that I know the crowd did.
Early B was born Orlando Arrington Neal on February 28, 1957. He was a prolific writer in Jamaican reggae and dancehall, known for his energetic style and unique vocal delivery. He started his musical career in the 1970s, performing on popular sound systems like Soul Imperial Hi-Fi, and later joined the famous Kilimanjaro sound system. Early B's rise to fame in the 1980s was marked by his hits such as Visit of King Selassie, History of Jamaica, and Wheelie Wheelie. His music, which combined socially conscious lyrics over heavy dancehall rhythms, resonated with audiences in Jamaica and internationally. Early B's influence extended beyond just music. He was also very instrumental in bringing Supercat to America, where Supercat would find fame, becoming a reggae dancehall superstar. Tragically, on September 11, 1994, Early B's promising career was cut short when he was shot and killed while performing at the Windsor Cricket Club in Dorchester, Massachusetts. Although there were rumors surrounding his death, the case was never solved, leaving fans and the reggae community to mourn the loss of a talented artist whose impact continues to be felt. Feel free to check out our video on the life, career, and death of Early B for a comprehensive overview of this legend. Video link in the description. Number 2. Prince Farai. Prince Farai was born Michael James Williams in Spanish Town, Jamaica. He was one of the first artists to break out in the mainstream European market, second only to none other than Bob Marley. He was influenced by the sound system culture and would often perform as a DJ for sound systems around Kingston. He first recorded the song The Great Booga Wooga for Bunny Lee, but was not very successful at the time. Williams would often do jobs as a security guard and would end up working as a security guard for Joe Gibbs. While at Joe Gibbs, Coxsone Dodd of Studio One approached him to come and work for him at the famous studio as a bouncer. Williams saw this as a perfect opportunity to further his music career, as Studio One was a bigger and more popular label. While at Studio One, he would often try to get a chance to record, and one day, when King Stitt failed to appear for a recording, Coxsone gave Farai the opportunity to do this recording. Coxsone was impressed with the recording and would do further recordings with him under the name King Cry Cry. King Cry Cry was a name he got, derived from his tendency to burst out in tears whenever he got angry. He would eventually leave Studio One, complaining of not being compensated sufficiently, and he started recording for Enos MacLeod at King Tubby's studio. Enos is the one who suggested the change in his name to Prince Farai. He did the album Psalms for I, which he explained was for the illiterate who were not able to read the Bible for themselves. This album was critically acclaimed and gave him the footing in the music industry that he needed to launch out as a reggae star. He went on to work with Joe Gibbs for his second album, called Under Heavy Manners, which was even more successful. He would join up with a young producer by the name of Adrian Sherwood, who would organize very successful tours for him. As a result, he became very popular in Europe and had a string of hits, but eventually decided to move back home in 1983. While here, he linked up with producer Roy Cousins and was producing an album. It was while recording this album that his life was cut short. After recording about 6 tracks from his new album, he went home where he was attacked by assailants who came into his house and forced him and his wife onto the floor. While on the floor, Farai was shot multiple times and left for dead until eventually he bled out. Roy Cousins made remarks about the cause of his death and the circumstances leading to his murder, making assertions that a popular producer was involved. The murder went unsolved with no arrest made in the case, but Prince Farai's impact on the European market is still felt even today, as he remains a legend of reggae in his own right. Before we get to number 1, remember to hit like and subscribe to the channel for future videos. You can hit the notification bell to get videos as soon as they are released. Number 1, Lucky Dube.
People don't know about, something that will come to them as something new, that will make them listen to me. And so it was only possible through reggae, because no one was doing reggae in South Africa before I started.
Lucky Dube was a legendary South African reggae musician known for his powerful voice and introspective lyrics that address social and political issues. Born August 3, 1964, in Ermelo, South Africa, his mother named him Lucky because she considered his birth fortunate, as he came after a number of failed pregnancies. Dube initially performed in a variety of genres, including Batanga, a popular South African style of music. However, it was reggae that truly resonated with him, as he was seeking a different sound to stand out from all the others, so he could get his message across. He began to incorporate reggae in his music in the 1980s. His breakthrough came in 1989, however, with the release of his album Rastafari, which brought him widespread recognition. Dube's music was characterized by its strong messages of unity, peace, and social justice. He used reggae as a platform to advocate for human rights, an end to apartheid, and unity among people of different races and backgrounds. Some of his best known hits include Prisoner, Different Colors, It's Not Easy, and I've Got You. He gained international acclaim, touring around the world and earning a massive fan base in countries far beyond South Africa. Despite facing challenges, including censorship in apartheid-era South Africa, Dube's music continued to inspire and educate people worldwide. His contributions to the global reggae scene earned him several awards, including multiple South African Music Awards. Tragically, Lucky Dube's life was cut short on October 18, 2007, when he was shot and killed during a car hijacking in Rosettenville, a suburb of Johannesburg in South Africa. Dube was with his 7 children when the incident occurred. He was fatally wounded after attempting to protect his children from the hijackers. His death shocked the world, as Dube was not only a musical icon, but also a beloved figure known for his compassion and advocacy for peace. His untimely passing left a void in the world of music and in the hearts of his fans. He remains a symbol of South African reggae and an icon in African music history. We hope this video was very informative. Also, feel free to let us know in the comments which of these artists were your favorite. Thank you for watching. This is Jamaica Worldwide.